Today, we're going to cover one word that can make or break your prospecting, the results, and how much fun you have doing it and presenting. And that is the word, well, you'll have to wait for it. Welcome to today's MLM Minutes with Rome Batchelor here in my home office in Wilson, North Carolina. So today I'm going to share with you the one word that is a secret, nearly a secret, in marketing and in presentations and in influence that very few people truly understand how to use correctly. See, what we don't want to do is over-influence because we want to show honor and we want to put people first. But however, we also don't want our words to be idle and wasteful. We want our words to be effective. We want to plant our words in fertile ground, especially if we're trying to do good things. And the best way to do that is to present things and say things in a way that tend to influence people to be more open-minded so that they can make their mind up without us destroying an open mind with bad wording. So how do we do this? Well, I don't want you to think of Donald Trump. I don't want you to think of Barack Obama. And I don't want you to think of basketball. What is that? What am I talking about? The word don't. The word not, really. Because whatever you say that follows any form of not, the mind pictures. So you could say to a child, don't get in the mud puddle. And in a few minutes, you look and they're in the mud puddle. Don't get out in the street, kids. Don't get out in the street. And in a few minutes, they're out in the street because they imaged in their mind them being in the street. And it sort of influenced them to do that. Even though they heard you consciously, the unconscious thought process is more powerful than the conscious. So it influenced them to think about that. And then the behavior followed. So I love one of the legends in the industry who's recently passed away, Dave Sevilla. He used to say, I have something important I want to show you, and it'll only take about 15 minutes. And by the way, it may or may not be for you. And he would book a lot of appointments with that. What he just said is, this may be for you, this may not be for you. It takes pressure off consciously with it may not be for you. This may not be a fit. So you relax people. At the same time, unconsciously, they saw an image of this may be a fit. And it builds their curiosity, and they tend to have a more open posture and a more listening mind frame when you say that. So you could say to your spouse, you don't have to do this for me. I'd love it if you did, but you don't have to do it for me. It's okay. You don't have to do it. And they'll say, no, I'll do it. Right? So this is just another example. And it's the word don't most often used incorrectly. You can hear TV commercials sometimes say, don't delay, call now. So what you just did to unconsciously is you told them, delay calling now, which is so wasteful. And yet these people think they know how to form an advertisement, but they don't know how the mind works. So think of how you can use this in your presentations. It's really any form of not, couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, can't, don't is the most common. So if you want to know a word to replace with don't when you really are serious about somebody not doing something, the best thing to do is say as much as possible. And it doesn't always work. It doesn't always fit, rather, but it's the word never. It's such a strong word that, you could say to your children, never get in the street because we want you safe. And it's more effective by far than not. There's something so powerful about never that would be a proper replacement. So think about how you could, you don't have to use this. You don't have to think about how you can use this now in your presentations, and you don't have to use this when you prospect. You could say to somebody, whatever you want to say. However, if you want to increase your results and have fun and play with it, start playing with the word not, and specifically the word don't. Don't listen to what I'm about to say unless you're curious. Don't listen to me. You don't have to listen. Well, you can if you want to. You may or may not be interested. This is probably not for you, but it might be for you. But I've got something important I want to show you. When can we sit down? I want to get your thoughts, and maybe you can help me out with something. Maybe you can give me your advice on who I should talk to, and I'd love to get your help with that. I'd really appreciate it. Something along those lines, but you can think of ways to use the word don't and not and increase your results. This was a little longer than I intended, but I know it will help you. And don't use it unless you want to have more fun in your business. For any questions, feel free to contact us at the Rome Report on Facebook or MLM Darkside Solutions on Facebook, or you can go and get our favorite report of all time, What's Wrong with MLM.com. It's called Dead Distributors Don't Lie, and there's a philosophy of building that makes building much more fun. what's wrong with MLM.com, and you can get that free report there called Dead Distributors Don't Lie. With that, this is Rome Batchelor signing out.